It's Halo time! Hello and welcome to another figure view. Today we're gonna have a look at the 1000 Toys re-added Halo Infinite 1/12 scale Master Chief Mjolnir Mark VI Gen 3 exclusive edition. Jesus Christ, what a long ass title and a long ass history for me and Halo. I haven't really reviewed anything from Halo in a long time because I'm not really following through with a lot of the current games. However, Halo Reach is still one of my favorites, one of my all-time favorite games of all time, and I used to be a humongous Halo fan back in the day, and I just don't like the new games as much. But regardless of that, I still hold a special place in my heart for the Master Chief, all the cool designs of the characters from the Halo universe, the weapons, and all the adventures I had in the past. So I finally got this one. I know it's been a long time, it always came up, but usually something else was more important. But I got this one from Sideshow Collectibles from their store. They had like a one-day sale on it. That's why I got the exclusive edition, because it was a deal I couldn't pass up. And enough with this introduction. Let's have a look at the Master Chief. Size of the Chief. He stands at about 17.5 centimeters to the top of his helmet, which means we would go up to 6.9 inches tall. Size comparisons. Here's Jolter. He has CH Figure Art Son Goku, NECA Michelangelo, Figma Doomslayer. These look amazing together. The Bandai Salamander's Intercessor, an old school McFarlane Toys Halo 5 Master Chief. And speaking of old school, Joyride. It's just a Spartan actually in like a brown armor. It's not Master Chief. Oh no! The Play Arts Kai Halo Anniversary Master Chief. Play Arts Kai Halo 5 Master Chief, which doesn't want to stand up right now, that's why I'm holding on to him. Play Arts Kai Halo 2 Master Chief, yes I like these guys. And Darkseid. Overall look in detail of the figure, I mean this guy just looks fan-freaking-tastic. First and foremost, I feel like they captured the look oh so well. And this is like the new version from Halo Infinite. I personally prefer, I'm more like a fan of like the Halo 3, but it's very reminiscent of that with like small details here and there that have been changed, and I'm not too mad about it. I mean, I still get like Halo 3 vibes, and I kind of like that they went back to this. I actually also was a fan of the Halo 4, Halo 5 armor, but it was kind of like a big departure from the classic look that we kind of got used to. So overall, for the visor, you have gold paint on there, and they just made like a clear plastic over it. Personally, I prefer fully chrome visors, but I mean this works, it looks good. There's all the detail in the armor, and you have some metallic parts. Mostly everything that's not green is metallic. That's kind of like the rule for this one. And the green is just in a matte finish, but it does look good. But my god, all the small details like the lights in the helmet, and these metallic parts in the back and the front, everything is so nicely painted. There is zero bleeding in it, and with the metallic I think it really pops, and it makes it for a great look because you have the matte and then you have the metallic. The 117 just kind of printed on there, and there's claw damage or whatever he has on the chest. Overall also this figure is very clean, but from what I can tell they kind of just started making it when they saw like the trailer or whatnot. I always go back like the first kind of teaser trailer, that's just exactly how it looked in there. Have the big shoulder pads on both sides and more metallic under there, and also in the back we do have the slot for the AI in the helmet, Jesus. And down to all the goods in the back. And here's like a thing, we'll get to the articulation, but that's going to be one of the fun parts, because there's a lot of shifting parts on this figure to really keep the look clean but not hinder your articulation. But more on that later. As I was saying, we got all the panel lining in there. The look of it is just amazing. A little bit of silver in the legs and the big knee pads. And also, he has die-cast feet. Now, from what I can tell, also, most of the joints in the figure are supposed to be die-cast. I mean, that's what it says in the instructions, or like in the promo material, that this has like a die-cast skeleton, and let's find out if it's actually good or not. For the articulation, you can move the head backwards and also forwards, and you do have some side-to-side tilting, not the greatest, but it is there, and also rotates all the way around. You do also have neck articulation, so combining those two, goes forward like that, and you can shift it also in the back. Also, you do have some side-to-side wiggling with that, and you could rotate it, but you really have to hold on to the neck. For your shoulder, first and foremost, the shoulder pad is on a simple hinge, so you can move that out, and the shoulder itself also has like a hinge in there, so you can bring that up and down, goes up like that, and you can also shift it because it's also connected via a ball. Now you do also have a big butterfly joint to move that forward, and it's actually also nicely molded on there, so it does look natural. Bicep swivel on the upper half. Actually, I just swiveled the entire shoulder around. That was not the idea, but yeah, there's the bicep swivel. Now you cooperate, now that I messed up the shoulder. For your elbow, you do have a double hinge, but what's even more interesting about it, you do have a hinge on the upper hand and a hinge on the on this side, but as you notice just right there, you also have a swivel in between, so that's pretty cool. Now for the fist, it's kind of interesting because it's still on a ball hinge, but the ball hinge is in the forearm, and then you have another small ball pack to just kind of hold on to the fist. So I mean, overall it works. It's a little bit more of a different approach, but you can still move it forward, backward, and obviously swivel. And I kind of have more range to just kind of wiggle the fist around. For your chest area, I love the multi-layered cover-up they made for this. So it moves to the back, moves forward, and as I was saying, in the back you have all these shifting parts. Nothing clashes, it looks super clean. Can also tilt it side to side a little bit on the upper half, but you have a lot more tilting on the hips, on the waist part. So you can bring that side to side, and also it doesn't swivel all the way around, but nice enough. Actually, the upper part also has some swiveling, but doesn't really go all the way around. And if you notice, you also can move these pieces up. I don't even know how it's connected in the back because you can't really see it, but you only have a little bit of range. Don't push it too far. Can't really move it out, but it just goes a little bit up. For your leg movement, leg moves forward. Doesn't really move out to the side due to the nature of the armor. This is as much as it goes. Don't want to break anything off. Goes to the back beautifully, and you can also swivel it on here. Then for the knees, bam, bam, and you can move the kneecap, can move that up, can move it to the front. This is actually on a double hinge, so you can even like lift it up like that if you want to do, you know, you can do with it whatever you want. But again, this looks beautiful. It's molded nicely. It's a good looking knee, and you get some good range out of it. Now for the foot, this one moves up, moves to the back, and as you can tell, once again, this piece just kind of moves out. There's not really a hinge on there, but they just cut this up over here, so it will move out a little bit out the way. Don't force it too much because it might break off, but you can bring this back and forth. And then also you do have a pivot, goes side to side, and a toe hinge that doesn't really accomplish much, but wow, I love this.
I need a weapon.
Right this way.
For your accessories, first and foremost, of course, you got the standard assault rifle, which has a bunch of cool detail on it. This is actually the M40 version, like the more modern one, not the, you know, the super bulky from like the old Halos. It looks amazing with all the detailing. The one thing I really dislike, which they made for all the weapons, you have this flip-out pack, so you can put it on his back. I can't even get it out. So how do you even put it on his back? You have to remove these covers. I already pre-removed one. Get just like a pencil like that, and get it out. Then we have the Bulldog shotgun, which has some metallic on there and some more matte tones, which once again really elevates it. Little paint applications here and there, but also super detailed, and once again has this weird flip out pack. Also, it's just like not the same color and everything else. I'm really bothered by the pack because of like how clean everything else looks. And we have this super big BFG, just kidding, it's the shock rifle. This one's from Halo Infinite because I've never seen it before, but once again there's a lot of metallic like gunmetal on there, and super detailed in the front and the back, and also has the pack over here. At least for this one it's a lot more hidden. Just kind of flip it up over here. That looks pretty cool actually. But yeah, then we have the energy sword, which is in the Red Elite Bloodblade energy sword. I would have preferred for it to be see-through, but I guess the paint application on it looks pretty good. Now for the hands, you have like two chopping hands, fairly standard stuff, and then you have these trigger finger hands, like the big trigger finger hands for the shock rifle. I say big, but like the larger ones, and then you have like the regular ones. Now we have some grabbing hands, which are specifically for the sword. And finally, these kind of open hands just for posing stuff. And by the way, I really props to the accessories, the accessory sheet that is, because it shows you which hand is supposed to be used on which weapon, so I don't have to try it out as long. And I just know. Unlimited power! Final thoughts, and it was all perfect, but when I got them into pose, I was just like, what is this? What is this damage over there? And you have that on the exact same side on the other hand. There. I don't know how well you can see that right now. But yeah, that's not cool at the price point. Just kind of a thing I wanted to mention. I don't know what really happened there, and I have not seen other people have that same issue. So, maybe just me. Anyway, final thoughts of this figure. Oh my god, this guy looks great, feels great, moves very smoothly around, and the articulation, I feel one of my favorite parts about the articulation is that they really looked at the design and they said, okay, what can we do with it? Because like other companies just kind of have their bread and butter of articulation. If it doesn't work with a design, they just kind of go like, well, whatever, who cares? Looking at you, Doomslayer, with the weird kind of small hinges, small elbow hinges, but still. Also, there's like cool little things, like I forgot to mention, like you have this part in the back which is like spring loaded. So if you move this up, this kind of goes out of the way, and it's such a cool idea. And those are things that really impress me. Now, as far as the accessories go, you have a bunch of cool stuff. I really would have liked to get like a pistol and a grenade maybe, because that seemed like standard things for like Chief. But other than that, personally also, I would have liked to have some weathering on the armor. I mean, the armor looks amazing, but it's so super squeaky clean, and it's kind of weird. But that's just an idea. Maybe they'll do another one, and maybe I'll buy it again. Who knows? Still, I do recommend this figure because it looks amazing. However, I do have to mention, obviously, it's expensive. It clocks in at like $170 or $150, so I think it's worth it. It is definitely one of the best, maybe even the best Halo figure. Personally, I am biased because I love this size for Chief, and it just looks good, it's sturdy, and like I'm just repeating myself. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure reviews, content stuff, and whatever Master Chief wants.